Hello and welcome to Jarviskjir, Rock of the North. Our glorious Saturday gaming experience. I'm glad to be here. I've got my peppermint tea in my D&D mug. Because I'm the DM,
I thought he was
that's
gonna
why.
say I have my Pepe Silva in the D&D.
That would be a fun mug to have. Okay. It has already been a day with these people. So I'm sure it's going to be a great stream.
Gotta get in my Sabriel mood. Hold on.
Yes, exactly. Gotta get in character. Before we go live properly, for those especially, those catching up on VODs or a couple of days late, this is the last week for Schism Immolation of Oath on Kickstarter. We have quite a ways to go, so if you are one of the people who are like, oh, I'm gonna back that later is now. Do it now. Order a starter set. If everyone who said that ordered a starter set, we'd be funded by now. So, please go ahead, even if you just, for the pledge for the price of a coffee or something and then don't have a coffee one day, that could be massive. We won't get this game funded without your support, and then it'll be gone forever. So please fund it if you were interested in it, or if you like this show, or anything in between. Yeah. All right. That one's special for the spicy VOD boys. That's not for people who are here live. You aren't allowed. Anyway, last week you found a ruin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
I just realized I'm not picked up on my own closed captions, which is a bit of a problem. When I'm the DM. Let me fiddle with that for a sec. Why don't one of you recap what happened last time? Shall you?
Boy.
I can do that.
Oh, it's trying to use my capture card as my microphone. There's the problem. That ain't gonna work.
So, let's see. Last time we started after, our battle with the goblins that attacked the town of Lendr. And we spent basically we decided we have to deal with this problem. We got to go give them back their orb thing. So we basically spent a day of preparation. Peep and Snow went to get some potions, and there was a pet pig that everyone loved. Yeah. And then Sir Vincent spent his time basically setting up a bunch of food to hand out to people who are down on their luck and stuff in the city or in the town. And yeah, I think he spent 100 gold on that, right? Which is a sizable amount for just for that's a lot of food. So yeah, it sounded like it worked pretty well. And we headed out. We met the goblins. We headed through quite a few unique areas. There was some geysers and what are they called? The hoodoos. And
Yeah, you had hoodoos.
and then we reached the goblins. I think I didn't write down a lot about the goblins because Snow didn't really take part in that conversation that much.
Basically, there was only one. You gave the orbs back to the goblins. They are appreciative. Only one of them spoke common, and they spoke common because they spent time with the very elemental monks that seemingly had their hand in the destruction of Slatecoat. He was quite forthright with information because he, was kind of repentant, I guess. So he gave you quite a lot of information, and you started heading back. On the way back, you decided to go to a giant's ruin that you saw. You did a little puzzle. You found some loot, and then you went inside. After going inside, you found a tableau of giant history. And also, Peep found a little hole. Peep tried to crawl in the hole. Peep got attacked by a cloaker-like animal. It's not a cloaker, but it's basically like a little crossbreed cloaker thing. And you had that whole chaotic fight of Snow trying to hold the creature out so everyone else to strike it. And that's pretty much exactly where we continue today. You are in this deep stone tunnel, perfectly kind of squarish, but large enough for a giant to travel through. Art on one side, smooth stone on the other, smooth bluish stone kind of all around. I think we stopped pretty much exactly after the fight last time, so people are still injured. I know Peep got some magical healing, but I think Snow was numbed by the beast quite a bit.
I used quite a bit of my resources on Peep, as I recall.
How bad off is Snow?
I mean, I have like about a third of my health.
Jesus, okay.
But I have a lot of health, so.
We could maybe take a rest.
We have, yes, we could take a small minute just to regain our faculties. We also have potions that we purchased, as I recall, as well.
Yeah.
Don't want to waste those.
Yeah.
No, not if we have the time to rest. We should do that instead.
If we're gonna take a short rest, I won't use a healing spell on you. But if we're not gonna take a short rest, I will use a healing spell on you.
I mean, I think Snow would be fine with taking a short rest. It's just that, well, I don't know. Snow would kind of like maybe being a little unsettled by this place would say like, it's possible there might be something else in here that has heard us entering, and that might come looking for us if we spend time here.
It's true. But I think if we stay, huddled together for safety, we also don't know what lies ahead. We should be prepared for that.
Yes, this is true.
Plus, it'll give us a moment to sit and strategize for our delving into this place.
Does Grim, being a wizard, happen to have a tiny little hut he might be able to throw?
No wizard I ever make has tiny hut.
Sorry, I'm just throwing it out there. Sabriel just waves a hand. We can take a rest. If something tries to show up, we can deal with it. I can ask my friends to assist. So
We could, I guess, like, if we're gonna take a rest, Snow would, like, take one of his torches and, like, light it and, like, throw it down the hall 60 feet so that, that way, if something comes down the hall at us, we'll see it in advance.
Wise. Right now, all you see with the way the torches lit up the hallway is just more hallway. Which is good! For now.
Yeah, we saw that it stretched like a couple 100 feet down, I think, right? So.
Yeah.
I'm going to shift my sight into my divine sense and just see if there's any celestial fiends or undead, or if the land is desecrated beneath us within 60 feet.
Nope.
Grimwald.
Other than the ambient radiation of Grimwald and Sabriel, nothing out of the unusual. One of you has Discord notifications on, and I can hear it somehow, by the way.
I can hear it too, but it's not me.
I don't know if it might be me, but I don't know.
It's not me.
What Discord it is.
If you just set everything to do not disturb,
I'm
should be
mute.
fine. strange magic. So,
As I shift and look around, I'll say, well, there's nothing out of the unusual towards 60 feet of us. That gives us a wide berth.
And yeah, let's. Oh my god. Then yeah, let's take a little break.
Gabriel still doesn't realize Vincent is seeing his celestialness. He doesn't know.
Yeah, he like as he stands around the room and he's saying that he gets to Sabriel and just kind of looks at him and just kind of hiccups over his statement as he passes over, seeing him standing there, and then keeps moving like it didn't happen.
short rest.
Yeah, I guess.
Who is furthest to the stairs, and who is furthest to the rest of the corridor?
I'll be closest to the stairs.
Gabriel will stay closest to the corridor because he said he was going to keep watch, and he doesn't. He gets nothing from a short rest. So.
Both of you give me perception checks. Everyone else start making your hit die rolls.
Okay.
All right.
I love clerics. You don't get anything from short rest.
Yeah, not really.
Right, cool. I'm full
That's
health.
funny.
Well, for some reason, those have not come through on stream. We're just having technical issues up the wazoo today. Here they go. Here they are.
Burn another one.
You do think you can hear something down the corridor, Sabriel? For Vincent, all you can hear is the whipping winds above, kind of slightly howling around the curve of the stairs, but not even that loudly, because you're quite far deep. But Sabriel, you can just hear something when you kind of focus your senses in a very elven way down the corridor, but it's quite hard to tell what it is. It's not as still as the area you are in.
Okay, as long as it's not coming toward us during this rest, then he's not going to worry about it yet.
Just the wind above.
You are
Cards,
not
anybody?
distracted? Ah, Grimwald will play cards.
Grimwald will play cards?
Yeah.
Sabrel's going to pull out a small book while he's listening. Start.
All right,
Gonna watch the card game.
All right, Bones, it's me and you.
Bones.
I do not approve of that nickname. It's based on absolutely nothing at all.
Except for my own strange sense of humor from the faraway land. What am I rolling against Grimwald?
Let's just do a 20. Although you have proficiency in your card game, don't you? So you can roll with you can roll with proficiency.
Snow's gonna play too. Snow's gonna play too.
So it's playing 2. Okay, you go ahead and roll, and it's just a straight 20 with proficiency.
For
I
me,
think.
it'll just be a flat 20, I think.
Hey!
No.
Grimwald wins. Hey!
Plenty of space up those sleeves, I see.
I'm a magician.
Let this be a lesson. Never play cards with a magician.
He'll kind of nod and like yeah, that's probably good advice.
All right. Does everybody feel rested? Everybody ready to move on?
Yeah.
Snow looks a lot better. Like he just he lost some blood, but he's patched up now and ready to go.
I'll if it's all right with you, Snow, I'll take the lead. If we run into any trouble, I'll shift to one side so you can go to the right of me and move past me.
There is something moving around down there, but I don't know what.
Sabriel, are you able to create light on my blade?
Just taps it.
Thank you. All right. Well, let's move forward then.
Nice. You start traveling with the light on the blade, which I believe is 20 foot bright, 20 foot dim, as is classic. Like I mentioned last time, this wall art, just the wall art alone, goes for 200 feet. So from the stairs, 200 feet down. Quite the walk where the walls are featureless other than the wall art. The wall art is so long and stretched, there's no way you could see the whole thing at once. But on the side you started at, there was the ring. As you're walking down, you can see what is basically... It looks like almost wraiths being pulled within the ring, like with long stretched tails, and they're like reaching out and trying to almost like hold on to like the very trees and mountains. And at the very end is what looks like a corpse, but the corpse is way larger in scale than everything else in the picture. Like, you realize that what you've been seeing for like 60 feet is one long corpse on the wall. It almost looked like terrain and stuff at first.
This is a very interesting story.
I don't get it.
I'm still trying to process what it put in. Cyril's just like, I'm trying to process what got downloaded into my brain right now. Just give me a minute.
Well, is there a way ahead that we can continue on past?
Yeah, it's the corridor keeps on going. You can actually see with the little bit of light you have it kind of opening up a bit. Snow, can you give me a wisdom saving throw? Only Snow.
Yeah. Hold on. It's okay. You know, it's not terrible.
Don't like that. Don't like that.
Wisdom is my third highest stat, so
That's good. That's wise.
hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
As you're walking, because you're working behind Vincent, and Vincent's like, oh, I can see the corridor opening up into a room. It's kind of when you see that as well, you feel almost like an instinctual hesitation. But you can push past it quite easily. It's a very weird feeling, unlike anything you've ever felt before. But you can keep walking if you wish. It's up to you if you want to tell the rest of the party that. Because it's not even like a very dramatic feeling you feel. You know, it's almost like the feeling when you accidentally forget there's one less step on a stairs. And you like take an extra step and nearly fall over. It's kind of similar to that.
So you said this happened. When does this happen? As we reach the end of like this.
You are around 30 feet away from the end of the corridor. You can start to see this other room opening up, very similar looking, just kind of bigger, squarer. You haven't even really worked out the features of it yet.
I don't know what Snow would do, so I'm gonna roll a wisdom check to see if I think.
Hey!
I think, yeah,
you haven't rigged
no.
these dice, have you?
No. If only I could. No. No. He will. Yeah, he'll think about it and then kind of like be like, wait, and to the rest of the group basically be, like basically hold them up for a second, and kind of just basically say like, I have a weird feeling about this place.
Vincent immediately shines the light up and starts looking at the ceiling, waiting for something else to fall down on top of him.
You can give me a perception check.
How far can I see in the room? Because I have dark vision, I believe.
So you can't see much further than the rest, because your dark vision only really extends like another 20 feet beyond
Yeah.
the light Vincent is casting. So one thing I didn't even really mention, but I think you would be aware of, is it's gotten warmer. It is around 20 degrees Celsius warmer down here than it is up there. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but I can actually... you know what? I'll actually look it up.
No, I mean, I
So-
know it.
So wait, like if it was like 10 degrees in the hall, it's now like 30 degrees in here.
It was minus 20, so it was minus 4 Fahrenheit. Now it's 0. So now it's 32 Fahrenheit. And it feels like it's getting kind of warmer. To Vincent's in the same feeling of entering the boiler room of a castle or something. Something you'd be vaguely familiar with, or something like it, or the furnace in a large town hall house or something. So there's that feeling, which is like you finally like you would have noticed it building, but it's not just the weariness of travel and the torches. It's in the stone. The stone is warm to touch. There's nothing on the ceiling, but in the chamber of before, you can see in the gloom a slightly glowing, moving shape. There is a creature crawling across the ground. It looks almost snake-like. More like a newt, I guess. It does have kind of pulling limbs. And it does seem aware of you. It's coming towards you.
Does it seem hostile towards us as it moves towards us?
You have that feeling like in your stomach of this is maybe not a sentient creature, but a hostile creature.
Then I'll step out in front of the rest of the party, and I'll try to make myself as large as possible. Just back!
Nice.
And kind of scream at it.
Yeah, and I think with that we can roll a little initiative once I've moved you over to the other map.
Are my friends giving a weird vibe at all? Similar to what like anything at all to what Poetry's character?
Not anything to do with what Poetry's got going on.
Okay.
Very separate. Well, where did everyone go? I had everyone for a second, but you disappeared. What's going on?
We're up at the top.
Yeah. No, I lost you on stream for a sec. So basically, you can see, Vincent, a creature like here, like just in the gloom before you. You should be able to see Vincent's, casting light for everyone.
I've got dark vision, so.
Yeah, but also Vincent's blade is literally ablaze because of Sabriel's light spell, so very useful. Did we miss a Sabriel initiative necessary and Grimwald as well?
I thought I clicked it. I clicked on the token and then I just didn't do anything after that.
Let's go, Grimwald. Let's go.
It could be worse. And the beasties. The beasties are very slow, luckily.
Wait, there's multiple beasties?
No. Where would you get that idea? That ridiculous hypothesis from? That's such a silly idea. Fuck. That's not quite on the bingo card, but maybe it should be. Just something like that. I don't know how you describe it. So Snow, you actually can act first after Vincent kind of alerts you to something moving, and you can hear it. You can smell it. There is something dragging itself across the floor, stage south of you.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully my good rolls continue today and I don't revert back to my normal attack rolls of like 2 and 3. Let's see. I guess that if he hears something, I guess he would probably like run up in front of Vincent. I don't know how far. He'd probably go like just right in front of Vincent. And then like pull out his greatsword, but just kind of hold it in like a blocking defensive position, basically doing a dodge action.
Sure.
So that would be what he does, basically waiting for it to come to him. That's all.
Sabriel.
How far away is it?
You don't know exactly, but it's sort of down this ways, just where the edge of everyone else's vision is. So it's 60, 70 feet.
I see it now. And it's not friendly. Do I know what this is?
You can roll me a nature or arcana check.
I'm gonna do Arcana because Sabriel is not a nature person. Apparently, he's not Arcana today either.
All that you can
So-
tell is that this being is a being on fire. It
It's
is pulling itself along. Its flesh is kind of translucent with heat. And as it pulls, parts of it cool and almost crumble off and regrow. Yeah.
I love Sabriel being a very radiant fire healing person. Let's do guiding bolt on it. Maybe.
No, no.
No.
That is a miss.
I'm just gonna eat my Christmas tree cake and go.
Yeah. You can fire a bolt of light into the darkness from your bow. Disappears. Vincent, I don't even think you can see the thing yet, but Sabriel clearly did.
Vincent is going to move up next to Snow, and actually I'll move over here, and I'm gonna take the dodge action, readying my shield and my sword to take on the beast that is coming towards us.
Grimoire's just gonna move. Grimoire doesn't know what's going on. Grimoire can't see in the dark. Peep.
Purple doesn't have
Peep.
eyes.
1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I see. Peep's gonna run forward like, yeah, but... Oh, what is that? Peep just gonna stay where they are. They can't really, like, they could, like, dash through Snow's legs, but they've learned over time it's best not to be too reckless. So, people stay where they are. No.
The creature will, now much more aware of the group of you, let out a kind of squeaking cry. Almost like, you know, the vocal cords don't quite work properly. And keep pulling itself forward, and it's going to be like one of those horrible crawling zombies where it just starts going way too fast. And it's going to go up and attempt attacks at Snow. It has 2 attacks.
Okay. I think Sobbing just gives it disadvantage.
There's disadvantage. So what's your AC right now?
It's still 12. I need
So,
to put that fixed. I have
as
the
it-
helmet on.
As it's up to you, it goes with a bite with its large kind of lizard-like mouth. You can easily like shove it with your sword. It will then try and sort of almost flick itself around using its very long tail at you. Again, you can outmaneuver this creature relatively well. And then it's your turn.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that Snow, now being able to see the thing he's fighting, would just try to like lift up the greatsword and just like bring it down on it.
Sure.
I will rage first, and then let's see. Yeah, just a normal attack for now. Ooh,
That is a miss.
yeah.
Which is almost advantageous, because as you reach your arms over the thing, you really feel the heat radiating off it. Especially now that it's starting to get into combat, it's going from kind of translucent orange to hot yellow. And if you struck it, it would have burnt. So, maybe that's even why you, like, falter slightly.
Yeah, Snow might yell this out too. He'd be like, I don't know. I don't know how he would say convey that quickly. He'd just be like, "Watch out, it's hot."
Everyone's
Hot
like,
stuff
"No
coming
shit."
through.
No, I don't know. You'd say, "Be careful around it. It emanates heat." I don't know if he's that wordy, but
You know.
Made of lava, no shit.
yeah.
Sabriel.
Sabriel's gonna have to use spells if we can't touch the damn thing.
You can touch it, it's just spicy.
No, I have a question about my sword. Is it gonna melt if I
Your sword is mastercraft, but not entirely invulnerable to all things. It probably
Right, so-
would be fine against something like this. This is letting off, not the hugest amount of heat. But if you threw it into the fires of Mount Doom, it would melt.
I mean, Mount Doom is purposely made to destroy things, so I mean.
Actually, streamer. Yeah, your sword is. I'm not gonna be breaking it with a natural one unless it's a really crazy situation.
Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Okay, he's gonna move then, because I asked because of limited spell slots. He's gonna move here. If I can get behind it.
Yeah, I think. Do you have that much movement?
I have 30, and that takes 20 without the diagonals. So I'm.
Oh yeah, I for some reason added an extra fit below, 5 feet below. Yeah, you can zoop there.
I'm gonna try and smack it.
You would have advantage.
Oh my god. Okay, good.
So feel free to re-roll that. That is a hit. You are going to take some fire damage.
That's
4
okay.
radiant. That's pretty big. Yeah, the creature can be sliced. It does kind of peel open like a satisfying jelly slime video on YouTube from like 4 years ago. You are going to take 2 fire damage, and the creature is injured, and it shrieks out, and some kind of frills rise on its body, but it isn't yet bloodied, although it doesn't seem like it's incredibly strong.
Is it the Dilophosaurus from Jurassic Park?
My baby.
I know, right? That's it.
Vincent.
Vincent is going to gesture towards the creature's eyes and lock eyes with it, and feel that holy energy coursing through him. He's gonna reach out and try to join their souls together and make him kind of feel that duel with him. So I'm gonna move up here, cast that spell, and then move at the creature after that. So I'm casting Compelled Duel on him.
Yeah, go ahead and click
on
it. I will see how it do. Just any creature? That always surprises me. It is going to... It's a wisdom save. It's going to pass a wisdom save. It lets out a kind of gecko screech at you, but does not seem truly compelled. Almost like a cornered snake or something that would just like flick at anyone.
In that case, I'm going to swing my longsword at it. Try and draw its ire a different way.
That is just about a miss. It's difficult to really pierce or strike strongly because of the heat radiating from it.
So wait, yeah, sorry, did anything happen after Sabriel hit it? Like, did flames go up the longsword or something? Or
it's more... Sabriel's sword is definitely glowing. It's, the material's very special. More special than it looks. It's not just gold. But it's more just there is such a like bubble of heat around this thing that reaching out burns you.
The gecko made of the forbidden candy is spicy. We've learned.
Grimwald is going to go up and point his chalice at the thing and cast Firebolt.
Good job.
It just hits the thing and nothing happens.
Wait.
Fire just...
Is Grimwald like one of those Pokemon NPCs where you fight them and they don't even think about the type advantage, they just fucking do it.
They just do it.
It is. Yeah.
Just like in the Pokemon game, I'm not worrying about type advantage when I'm an NPC. Screw that. I'll let the dice decide.
All right, so I can move up and share a space with Snow, right?
No.
Okay, even though
You
I'm
can
small,
you can
he's
go
not.
through a willing character's space. You can't really share their space unless like they're carrying you or something. In which case it'd be
Right.
wait, and Snow is raging, so not
Okay.
really an option.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll move. That's 10, 5, 20. I'll move here, and I'm gonna. I can do a thing as I'm moving through, right?
Not really. You need the space to like make an attack or an
Okay,
action.
so
It depends on the
that's it.
situation, but as a general rule, nah.
Okay, now I can't really get as close as I want. Go. Yeah. Okay. I'll do it from here. Peep's gonna take out their water skin, pop open the top, and like squeeze it, so it like sprays this thing with water.
That's-
Give me a
Empty
dexterity check.
I love it.
The one day I didn't prepare.
Oh, no
for
advantage.
water.
Ignore that. Normal.
Oh no!
All good.
You spray the back of Vincent's pants with
Sorry.
cold water.
Oh!
I was aiming for. I was trying to aim for it. So I'm sorry.
Trying to give me a heart attack?
Yes.
The little slink is going to try and bite at Sabrael. I think your AC is higher than 13.
Yes.
16, isn't it?
15.
15. It gets a 13 and then a 15. So it just, like swings and strikes at Sabrael. You can kind of dodge, duck, dive away from the thing as best you can. But there are more.
Child's in the other room singing TNT right now.
Oh, there are more of them.
Oh no. I don't
Snow.
have more water.
I think Snow is pissed off at this thing, so he's gonna do a reckless attack. Yeah, I don't even know.
You'd have advantage anyway.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I feel
You know,
like this is
that's
that
a good
scene.
point. That's a good point. I'm not gonna do a reckless attack. I'm trying to think, like, the giant hand axe that I have, did it seem like, there's probably no way I could know this, but like, did it seem like it was magical or just like
No, I
big?
think almost it's in your nature, Snow, to be able to tell. There is a difference to holding a magical object to a non-magical one, unless it's a very mundane magical object, which there is a chunk of ever ice in this hand axe, but not enough to give any kind of natural powers or anything.
Yeah.
It is just big.
Okay.
It is just a big hand axe.
Yeah. All right. I'll use I guess I'll use the greatsword, and here we go. Let's see if I can hit it.
It is a hit.
That's minimum damage. two ones. Two ones.
You are also going to take 3 fire damage as you do strike it, and again, maybe that's why it's like kind of a glancing hit, because it takes like, it's like putting your hand in an oven. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know, your brain doesn't want to do it.
Yeah.
So-
unfortunately, I take the full damage because it's fire damage.
Yep, you are not resistant to fire.
Yep.
Okay. Sabrael.
I feel like we're in that scene from Jurassic Park where they're in the kitchen and the velociraptors are coming in, but these ones are spicy.
This basically is just spicy raptors. New at KFC.
The Nashville hot. Sabriel, we're not built for spicy. Not today anyway.
I was
Maybe
gonna say, I
tomorrow.
thought
Can we take a
Sabriel was
nap?
very spicy.
Oh, he is.
If you want to
Today
keep-
Ooh,
So-
wait, I could do that.
If you want to keep focused on the one you're fighting, I can hold the other one off until we can get some more attention. That way Pete can get in here as well.
I can go for the others.
I will also go for the others. These beasts will not be able to handle my searing flames.
That's a good idea.
Why is calm emotions only on humanoids? I don't. What?
Yes, it is.
They're reptiles. They don't have emotions.
I have. Listen, I have had geckos throughout my life, and those little bastards definitely have emotions. They scream, okay?
You don't need emotions to scream.
Yeah,
True.
but they would get spicy. They
Yeah.
get spicy. They'd be like, "Yo, fuck you," and
Yeah,
then
but
start
geckos
screaming
have
out
no
loud.
brain. They're just like, you'll put food in front of them, they look at it like, Mommy, I don't like
I also-
it.
And then they start screaming.
I did just imply that Pete doesn't have emotions either, probably.
It's very emotional.
Shit. Okay. I'm gonna have to waste spell slots. That's fine. I'm gonna. Why do I feel like this is gonna end badly for me? This is gonna end so badly for me.
It's the feeling that Snow had. It wasn't for him,
No.
it was for Sabriel. No.
No, well, given Sabriel's
Well.
track record with this spell and things exploding when he does it,
Oh.
What if these things? What if these things aren't just immune to fire? What if they get healed from it? So Grimwald is just healing them the whole time.
Divinity rules.
not gonna go through. Dice, hello.
There it is. That is a hit.
Smack it with the sword.
The thing before you is like into just ash
no.
and dust. It does not cover, like, it covers the three of you in heated particulate,
Ash.
but not enough to, like, actually deal damage.
Okay, that's
Sounds
Might
fine.
singe some
Yeah.
eyebrows.
Sabriel's
burn
just
some holes in
dusting
clothing.
Pants are
himself
safe.
off.
Vince's pants are safe.
Actually,
They
I'm
are
wearing
being
a
wet
cloak
by Pete.
anyway. I'm wearing a nice cloak, but my cloak is singed. He just dusts himself off like this.
You've been embered.
Yeah.
And then turns around. He just turns around. 5, 10. Hold on, I gotta count. Hold on, I'm doing numbers. 15. Hold on, I lost my numbers.
Where do you need to go? Where do you want to go?
There.
There? Okay. You good?
Yes.
Alright.
What?
Go parent. Vincent.
Vincent is going to try to move down and around here. If that's possible from where he was. 5,
Yep.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Mhm.
And then we'll lash out at the creature with his sword.
Cool. That's a hit.
Okay.
It immediately you bloody the creature with that strike. It hits hard. You are gonna
So
take
I-
5 fire damage.
Okay. So as I run by the creature, I kind of just like slam it to the wall with my shield and kind of rake the sword up its back and position myself to set Peep up for hopefully for an advantageous position.
No wonder it instantly bloodies the thing. You like to fillet its spine.
And that's my turn.
Grimwald mostly knows fire spells. Yeah, Grimwald's gonna cast Firebolt on one of the other ones. He does hit. He is hitting successfully. He casts Firebolt on this one. Swoosh. Nothing happens. I would say that Grimwald at least looks, happy, but Grimwald looks the same all the time. Peep.
All right. Peep's gonna have the halfling greatsword down, Lord, and basically is just gonna charge with it out and try and
Oh,
stick
God.
it like a lance
But if he
into
gets
this
it,
thing.
natural one, you charge into Vincent, skewer Vincent.
No. I missed with the sword, but it runs straight into it. There's like a his penis falls inside it.
Oh, jeez.
Go ahead and roll. You
Alright,
would have advantage.
Yeah.
And it's halfling, so roll please.
That is a miss.
Oh.
You get up close,
and
but
it
the
was
thing.
perfect damage.
Yeah, the thing kind of like whips and moves around and kind of almost grabs up the wall a little bit, not like actually sticking to it, but just enough as it kind of coils and curls around.
Oh.
And then it's gonna freaking bite you, peep.
Oh no.
Oh, it's gonna hit too.
Oh no.
It hasn't hit yet. I need to work out what the damage is. Oh, it's only one of these. Plus
It's
one
only
of
a-
these.
Can I use my reaction to give him disadvantage on that swing
Yes.
Oh shit.
with my shield?
It's still gonna hit. It rolled better the second time.
Sorry, I tried. I did everything I could.
Bonk.
You slam the thing and it just goes onto Peep.
Just goes further.
It's gonna be 4 piercing damage plus 2 fire damage on Peep.
That's not too
And
bad.
then it is going to use its tail attack on Vincent, which is also going to hit. So, like, as you kind of clonk it, it just, like, whips with its finned tail. It's going to be 4 bludgeoning plus 6 fire.
Ooh, ouch. That's a good bit.
It's a good
6
bit.
fire. And how much bludgeoning?
4 bludgeoning. And you took 5 before as well. I don't know if it's updating on your token or not.
I'm doing it right now.
Cool.
Yep, that's right.
It's going to be a fast boy. It's going to do the...
That's
sort
not
of
creepy.
Skidder move. Choking out ash as it does. Getting right up beside Sabriel. Snow.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he sees this one that just came up. He's gonna just charge in, and I will do a reckless attack this time. I want to get a good hit in. Come on.
It's really rude that it shows the damage first at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just cruel. That's what that is.
Yeah.
That will be a hit. Not instant kill, but it's not
Okay.
far from it. Honestly.
Mhm.
Oh, I just
Alright,
really-
yeah.
Okay.
I rolled almost max damage that time, so.
Yeah, that's pretty massive.
Do I take any?
You will. It'll be 6 fire damage. Massive damage both
Ouch.
ways. Yeah, you kind of have to slam into the thing and it leaves like a burning mark on your legs.
Yep. Okay.
Sabriel. Want to skid it up close to you.
Sabriel's- Yeah, Sabriel's in a spot. Am I technically flanking this one?
No. You need to be able to
Okay.
draw a line through it and it actually like go, through.
Alright, I couldn't tell based on that
Yeah.
angle.
No, it's an awkward one. You would have needed a reach weapon to attack it from there anyway, which you don't have.
Oh, yeah, because the diagonal, right?
That's what the reach weapons are for.
Yeah.
I do have a
Long
reach
staff.
weapon. I just don't have it out. I have a spear. I just don't have it out. Sabriel's just gonna smack the one next to him then with his sword. Listen. No, he's not.
You wouldn't have had
Uh.
advantage, so you can re-roll that.
Oh. Shit. I hate. I forget. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Still a miss. It's fine.
You split the difference.
We missed
between
nothing.
The other rolls.
You're right.
Vincent, you're up
Is
next.
it a bonus action or an action to use a healing potion?
Bonus action on yourself, action on someone else.
Okay. Then I will bonus action pull a healing potion out and take it real quick.
2d4 plus 2, I believe.
Get 9 back. Okay. And then I will swing my sword at this creature again between me and Peep. I have advantage.
Oh,
It's a crit. It's not the
That's
highest damage in the world, but it is a crit.
Now, just looking over the top of the creature at Peep, I'll just drive my longsword back in the creature's spine again.
You will take 2 fire damage, but the creature will fall dead. It doesn't explode. It just stops moving. It lets out like a little twitch, and you can pull the sword out.
He draws his hands back and recoil from the flames hitting them. Of course, creatures bleed fire now. Why don't they?
Resisting the urge to be a smartass, Sabriel is.
And then I will, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, okay. I can get there. So I'll move there.
Nice.
Provide support to Sabriel.
Grimwald will cast Shocking Touch, but I don't actually know what the damage dice for Shocking Touch is. He's never cast it.
It should be lightning damage.
Like,
It is lightning damage, yeah.
like a D10? Something? I don't know.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah.
Shocking Grasp, D8. Da-da-da. It is not wearing armor made of metal, but he does grab.
ouch, my bones.
Yeah, Grimwald just kind of walks up to it, kind of puts the chalice on his belt where it usually is, but it's not even really like a little loop, and Wen will just kind of like hand on / into the thing because he's a skeleton. He doesn't react to the heat, and will just let out magical lightning basically into the thing, and it will just kind of twitch and shudder, and it's kind of semi-visible bones inside, which are very like thin and gooey, like flash, and it will die completely singed. Grimrod will take fire damage from it, but Grimrod doesn't react as he pulls his hand back. The glove, burnt, revealing his skeletal hands, but spicy.
Vincent is looking around again to make sure that we're not under any immediate dangers or threats.
You don't hear the movement of creatures. You do hear the sound of a terrible machine. When I mentioned that this feels like being in a furnace room or something like that, you can just barely, like the sound of this kind of almost furnace hot water apparatus. Is my camera broken? It's back. It's fine. I was just pogging, I guess. The sound of this like bubbling machine is incredibly loud, and now without the sounds of combat, you swear you can hear muffled shrieking from it.
Can I tell which direction it's coming from?
Yeah, it's stage left. So it's just beyond your dark visions at the moment this way. The walls in this area are smooth. It's sort of a smooth, same kind of bluish stone. It gets hotter and hotter the closer you get. Among the walls are these glass areas where you can see the kind of clear blue of water. And as you get closer and closer to this machine, whatever it is, you can see this big metal kind of tank filled with water, swirling and spinning, but you also can see something else in there. Something, it's as if the water had some kind of like gas in it. The gas holds together in vaguely humanoid shapes. That is where that shrieking is coming from. On the wall here are various giant designed apparatuses for monitoring whatever this thing is, and one of them is a big kind of hole in the wall measuring something. There would be this little kind of pinkish ball that goes up and down based on the water, and it's at the top. It's rattling. It's beyond where all the measurement is in, you know, giant scrawlings and scribblings.
Does Snow have any idea what this is?
You can make me an Arcana check.
Okay. I would like to do so.
Can I?
Yeah.
Pete probably has no idea, but I think he wants to try and figure it out. Come on, Pete. Come on, Pete. Not advantage.
Ori has some theories, and Ori doesn't like her theories.
Oh, you
Still
got the
a
same
15.
thing, yeah.
Damn it.
Pete, the little bibby.
There we go. That's more like it.
Snow and Vincent are just confused.
Well,
Pete,
that's pretty big there. I've seen one of those before. Yeah. I don't want to walk away from it.
Peep, you know tunnels. Almost instinctually. Literally instinctually. This thing feeds into tunnels below probably the entire glacier you were walking on before. It appears to be heating the water. While also doing a lot of other things. Sabriel, you can work out, it's not meant to have those things in there. Those things in the kind of the boiler, the shrieking, small, airy things, are not designed to be in there. And that seems to be raising the pressure in the entire system. And the whole chamber rumbles as you feel one of the geysers go off in the glacier above.
Are these air elementals?
They seem to be some kind of minor air elemental, yes. Almost something that got pulled to them or translocated to them on accident. This being a giant's machine, Sabriel, you know that they have control over the elements unlike anything but the elements, for they sacrificed their power to the elements. That's why you have frost giants and fire giants and stone giants. They wouldn't usually be so cruel to them, which is why it seems clearly accidental. It would be weird for them to kind of cruelly imprison elementals in this way.
Is there any way to... Would it be a bad idea to let them out? That's the question.
This machine would work better if it didn't have those creatures inside it. It is groaning and straining and...
Yeah, what's the release? Like, Snow, do you see anything that's like an open or release or something?
Yeah, well, they labeled, like...
Yeah.
I don't know.
You can give me an investigation check, I suppose.
Yeah, Snow will, like, go closer and look around at it. Yeah, investigation.
There's no warning about these things on that painting that Sabriel downloaded into his brain, are there? Okay.
Yeah, no.
The easiest way to release would be to probably smash the glass.
That's probably a bad idea.
I would
is there,
suggest it, yeah. But he's not gonna do it.
Is there a lever or like a button or something?
Can Peep and Sabriel look?
Yes,
Yeah.
one of you can roll with advantage if both of you are working together.
Investigation? I have a 1 in that.
I'll give you the advantage then.
Okay.
Keeps like scrubbing around like the lower parts. I'm guessing that we can get like near it without like it burning. It's just very warm.
It's very
God damn it,
warm, yeah.
Sabriel.
It seems like it might be... It's definitely boiling inside if it's causing the geysers, but the heat doesn't radiate all the way out.
Yeah.
Yeah, any mechanics? seem to be so smooth flush, so designed to be used by its creators that you two cannot find or operate them in this chamber.
Just scraping claws in every bit of stone.
Grimwald, can you make sense of this at all? To find a release or something?
While they're messing around with that, and Vincent is being flustered and frustrated with himself, not knowing anything about this, he walks over this way.
Oh God.
That's it. Separate yourself.
This way, where there is a doorway here, down stage south that's closed,
Okay.
made of metal. There down around here, the unnatural but very smooth stone has a hole melted in it. It's clearly molten stone. And some of that is still kind of oozing and dripping, and heat is kind of radiating from that point. But it doesn't seem like anything's causing it. There's none of the pipes are on this side.
Well, that's a problem.
The Grimwald just kind of scratches their jaw, literally. I don't know what this thing is. It is not arcane. That's about the knowledge I have.
Yeah, I thought so. How tall is it?
The tank you can see goes the entirety of the height and depth of this chamber, which is 20 feet, and then it probably goes another 10 feet either side, above and below that, where you can't see, because you can see like in the glass in the chamber inside.
So, does it have an opening above ground though?
Doesn't seem it. It wouldn't line up to one of the geysers, but the geysers are clearly some kind of release for it.
Pete, do you have a thought?
I have an idea. When we look inside the glass, does it look like there's like intake and outtake pipes?
Yeah.
Like there's stuff coming in and stuff coming out. Okay.
It's bringing the water
You're on
in
the same thought I
from
was.
stage right from the west, and it's releasing it to the east.
Okay.
No,
Does it look like
other way around.
Okay, so it's coming. Yes, it's coming in from.
Coming in from the east, out through the west.
Yeah. So okay. Does it look like the stuff that's leaving isn't going out as quickly as it should? Or it's
Give
like
me
slow, or
an intelligence check.
Okay. Oh, Peep's not good at smarts, but come on.
I just had a thought. What if Pete gets like stuck in the pipes like Augustus Gloop?
No! Steamed kobold!
I can't. I just had that thought. Obviously, we're not gonna do that, but I just had that thought in my head. Like, oh god.
Yeah, you can't work out which direction each thing goes and which ones are. One thing I would tell you is none of these pipes are going slowly. Everything is going maximum speed. Yeah.
Have I ever seen anything similar to this in any sort of farming capacity, like any sort of irrigation creation or anything like that?
Yeah, the country you're from, Northman, has quite a lot of technology. So yeah, irrigation. I mean, it is a boiler. It's just its purpose. it's clearly part of a bigger thing. But yeah, you can understand the concept of the water pipes and they're heating it, and you don't know where the heating element is, if there even is one. But yeah, the kind of core concepts are quite relatively easy to grasp.
In that case, can I try to figure out where the easiest place to release these creatures would be from?
You can give me an intelligence check.
We're gonna summon that Leviathan we saw on the way here, aren't we? I have a feeling.
Nope.
Oh, that -1.
Oof.
Minus one and -1. What a pair.
The tracks.
Yep. Well, that's all I know. We'll go over here.
Does this look? Does this look like
full on like old dad energy, where like he's like trying to figure out how to fix the object without like looking at the instruction manual, and then he gets frustrated, walks off. He has a little drink, comes back, tries to figure it out again. Like that's the entire energy that Vincent's giving off right now.
Does this look like any sort of part of a forge setup
No.
at all? Like a steam, like, okay.
I mean, like, how much water is in the thing that we can see?
How much water? It is like a 30-foot by 15-foot cylinder. I don't know volume calculations off the top of my head, but a lot, and some of it is swirling, some of it is traveling through, and then there are these like minor air elementals in it as well, taking up the same space.
If we were to break it open, our feet would just all get burned.
You would be unleashing boiling water into the room. Yes.
Yeah. And it would be like it would probably cover the floor of this whole room.
It'd be a wave.
Is gonna take out the tinkerer's tools that we picked up outside, and the pipe looks like the outtake pipe. No wait, no.
Would be on the other side of this tank, in the walls. You do know that there are ways in the walls.
Oh.
You just got caught while trying to go in there.
Yeah, the question is, do I? Because like Pete pulls out like a wrench type. There's a wrench type thing in there. It's like,
yeah.
I could maybe like, loosen the pipe, but do we loosen what goes in or loosen what comes out?
What does this even do, though? That is my question. Is what are we disabling by disabling this
We
machine?
could like loosen it enough that they can get out and then tighten it back up again.
I think that is going to be a much more difficult task than we are ready for. But I can potentially prepare myself to take on that onslaught of trying to get it tightened back after the initial release.
Depends on where. If I have to go in the wall, I'm not sure you guys can fit.
I'll have no problem fitting.
I'm not gonna say. Sarah's not gonna say a damn thing. Sarah's not gonna say a damn thing. There's children in the room.
Okay. I'll go in the walls, and I'll find the pipe I think is right, and I'll try and loosen it where I can, if I can. And then wait a minute, and then re-tighten it, and see.
Snow would have an idea. He'd be like, wait, before we go do this, hold on. Let me see if I actually have what I'm hoping I have.
I love that perpetual D&D energy of, oh, I have an idea. Hold on.
We've
all done it.
He's gonna reach into his like backpack and pull out a hempen rope. And he would basically suggest that you tie it around your waist, Pete.
Oh.
And then, yeah, and he can't fit into like the vent or whatever, but he could like pull you out if you get like caught or something. I don't know.
I'll pull out my 50 feet of hempen rope as well. Like, we can tie them together just in case there's not enough.
Yeah, well, yeah, actually that's true because the entrance was at the end of like the 200-foot hall. We don't know.
I'm guessing there's not like another loosened bit anywhere.
Not a loosened one, but when I described them, they would have been completely invisible if you aside from being broken. If you want to try and find one in this room, you can with a like investigation check, I suppose.
Yeah, people try and like press hands against the wall.
I'll assist with that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
You'll be
advantage.
Like kicking to the wall in places.
16.
Okay, yeah, you eventually do find one against this wall, kind of under where it's got that thing measuring the pressure. And there are other things. None of them are like dials. They're all like, there is a mechanical thing moving to show you that you'd have to read. But you do kind of like just get your fingers in the right way, in the right place, and there is this 3-foot square that goes to the side. Like it just hitches out into the same. The heat is really strong.
Okay. People take off his chainmail, put it to the side. Okay. Okay. With like the
Wait,
rope
Pete.
tied around.
I shiver to think of you being in there unprotected, and I'll reach out and cast Shield of Faith on Peep just to give him a little extra protection. So you get a +2 to your AC while I'm concentrating on this.
Thank you.
Are you
Okay.
taking a weapon in there, Peep?
I can take my short sword. It's small enough to go in.
Sabrel's gonna... Because last time Peep went in the hole, he got almost eaten.
Same
Sabrel's
hole.
gonna touch the sword.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Peep's gonna clamber in and start crawling through the maintenance tunnels towards where I think the pipes are.
The direction is easy. I am going to need from you a Constitution save.
Cool for the heat. And Constitution.
Go!
6.
No.
Oh, God, it's really warm. Oh, if kobolds sweat, I'm sweating.
Well, they're not meant to, but liquid is coming out of you, one way or another. You are going to take 8 fire damage right away. I'm then going to need you to make a investigation check to work out where the pipe you want is, because when you're in here, yes, these pipes were designed, maybe this whole thing was built, even though it was built by giants, by creatures your size, but not kobolds. It's not like a kobold tunnel. Just the way, like, it's not built for your tail. Like when you go around a corner, your tail baps the side. But you can see pipes, and there are symbols that you can try and work out which way they go, and they're rumbling and groaning and hot and steaming. So investigation check.
Come on, come on. Oh, yes!
Pretty good.
Okay. Constitution save.
Okay, before, can I fighting spirit?
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe then
Like-
5 temp HP points. Just-
Fighting against the heat.
I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. I can
That
do
is
this.
good. I'll half this damage, which is good because it was really high. So it's going to be another 8 fire damage. Some of that is going to get absorbed by your temp HP. You know exactly which pipe to follow. You are trying to, like, you are now around the machine, and you are trying to loosen, just change the outtake pipe to basically let the things in there out, let the pressure out, and you find it. You find a place that is perfect for the wrench you have. It fits perfectly. It does start glowing with heat the moment you lock it in, but you can start it's gonna need to be an athletics check to turn it.
Okay. Good.
I just realized though, if I have to pull Peep out, like there's like corners that Peep has gone around, and then dunk, dunk, dunk. Like Peep is just gonna get
Okay.
bashed around.
I'm gonna fighting spirit again to give myself those 10 HP. Come on,
Yeah.
athletics. Come on! 14?
14 is good enough for this. You can pull it, and all of you hear just the loudest shriek from the thing. And it's not just the shriek of the creatures inside, it's the shriek of water being pulled, like the pressure, right, of the water in the streams and whatnot. As, yeah, the amount of water in a tank is rapidly... And I don't know if you've ever seen a device like this. I've worked on some before in my life. When they have air in the system, they get really groany and loud, and they start sucking up stuff even faster, which does lower the heat a lot. But you do start to hear the sound of the geysers above and the rumbling of... You know, all of the geysers up in the district above just are unleashing. And the air elemental spirits in there, or whatever they are use the kind of air in the flow to... You can almost see them
Pressure sucks
launching
them
out the pipes. Yeah, it sucks them right out. Now you need to close it, Peep.
Okay. Alright. No athletics.
Mm-hmm. It is a lot harder closing, but you can push it. There is going to be a little bit more fire damage, 3 more, and that is kind of it, because the sheer amount of water rushing through, even though some of it was boiling, now it's kind of a lot cooler because it's being sucked directly from just the ice lakes around. So the heat in the tunnels and the rooms just like palpably drops. And you can close it, and you see the tank, the rest of you in the room see the tank kind of reduce to essentially optimal levels of whatever it was early designed to do, without any of the creatures inside, and without it at max pressure, hissing and groaning.
Peep, great job.
They're just like, you just hear like a dunk, because Peep's like slowly crawling out, tail bang against the metal frame.
Look what you accomplished here today, and just think of what you'll accomplish tomorrow.
Yeah, Snow would also be like, good job, Peep.
Everyone just nods at him.
Thank you. Peep like steadily gets to their feet. It was really warm in there.
Do you need another rest, another minute?
Yeah. Peep's gonna slouch down.
Are we going to take a short rest here, or are we going to keep pushing?
And what we're going to do is take a little break.
Hey.
We're going to take a short rest.
Yeah.
The
like it.
humans. We'll be back
humans.
the humans.
Human.
We'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes. Alright, we're back. You have, you've stopped the machine doing what it was clearly not meant to be doing. It was clearly malfunctioning. You released the air elementals from within. The question is, what's next? Other than Pete being very sleepy. Now, you said you wanted a short rest. I actually don't think you are allowed to short rest right after doing a short rest.
That's fair.
Well, I was also gonna say, like, I think we came in here into this place when it was like getting towards nightfall.
Yeah, we did.
So like, and then we
It's
waited
time
an
for a
hour.
long rest.
So like, we could probably just hunker down here. I would say,
Yeah.
Could hunker down.
because we gotta make the couple-day journey back to Lendr anyways. So
That's true.
Sabro would be more comfortable if we made sure there was nothing else like moving around over here
yeah.
in this area first.
That's
Yeah.
Why would
fair.
anything be moving around back there? It's just a little molten, gooey hole.
Ollie and I share a brain cell, and I would put something down there. So,
Oh, are these like lockers or something here? What is this?
Yeah, lockers for giants. Everything here is you know of giant size and for a particularly tall breed of giant too. Yeah, they're big, they're chunky, they're mostly kind of rusted, shut. But they might be lootable for someone of significant strength and chutzpah.
I will.
Before I'm thinking, Peep's gonna pull out a crowbar and hand it over. This might help.
Oh, actually, yes, that will, and I'll take it from Pete.
Peep. Crowbar gives advantage.
Um,
The athletics checks to crow things open.
and I'll start trying to very carefully, very slowly and carefully pry it open.
Athletics with advantage. Let's see what you get.
Oops, that was supposed to be advantage. I tried to cancel out of it when I hit it that time, and it didn't take it. There we go.
Happen.
Oh,
Yeah, you can go through popping each one open, checking there's no like traps or monsters. There's not really a whole lot in here. There is in the first one. Doesn't appear to be actually be really a locker at all, but almost like a, you know those things by the side of the road where all the electricity throws through for the neighborhood? Almost like one of those. There are pipes, but they aren't filled with water, and there is a thing in the middle of it that has a tube, a clear glass tube that's kind of fogged and browned, and there's liquid. The liquid is kind of the unpleasant off yellowishness of something diseased, for there is a large toe in the tube of a kind of silver-skinned giant. So there's a single toe in that tube, and the tube is plugged into kind of this giant designed stone apparatus. So it's mostly just engravings and a couple of pipes as well.
why is there a giant toe in this lock? I'm so very confused right now. Do giants keep their toes in lockers?
Do I know the answer to that?
I'm legitimately looking at Snow and asking him, do giants leave their toes in tubes of water?
He would shrug. I don't think there's any way he would know. Like,
Let's be on.
Yeah.
Sabro, you can give me a religion check. Or a history check. Either way, this is something that you might probably know.
It's the same either way.
And they are basically the same for you. You would know that it is a believed rumor amongst giants that their strength of body was not just in like the heart or the brain, but it soaked through the body and sank with the power of their own like personal gravity into their feet. Giants had very big feet, and they were often barefoot or had open-toe sandals or whatnot. And that rumor has passed to alchemists and herbalists and the like, especially when it comes to, you know, the toes of hill giants giving strength and ogres and things like that. So it's not like it's weird, but you can see like a nugget of logic into whatever this is, but you haven't like worked out what it is or why it is, but like you can kind of like go like
Several mentally is like, God, I hope no one ever connects the hair thing to this. Don't cut my hair. He's just gonna look at it. Peep, you know how... Wait, never mind. Sabrel wasn't there. He doesn't know about this. Never mind, ignore me. Sabrel doesn't know you gave the wolf claw to the lady, to the guy for the potion. He doesn't
true.
know.
Sabrel doesn't know that.
Sabrel doesn't know about the cursed potion.
No, it's a perfectly normal, good potion.
Sabrel's gonna be so like, what the fuck? So he'll explain in simple terms for those present that what Ollie just said.
The power in their toes.
And he's gonna do it in like Giant's Toes for Dummies kind of explanation.
Are you trying to say this is some sort of alchemical concoction utilizing a giant toe?
It appears to be so, yes. I don't know what the purpose thereof is, but yes.
Is there a way to cautiously and carefully take it out of its case?
It doesn't look openable, and it looks like it has been essentially welded in. So it's not like like a can. No, it looks like it's been kind of like the case, the glass tube has been like welded into this area, but welded with stone. So like someone has kind of shifted the stone around it to kind of perfectly lock it in. So it is actually one of those things that you could pry it out by damaging the stone around it, which is fine, but yeah.
Let's determine what this place is before we go, you know, breaking open fermented toes in the wall.
Very well.
Sabra's like, I didn't get to be 900-year-olds for nothing.
Anything down the fire tunnel that we can see as we move up and down these, as I was moving up and down these lockers and looking in them and all that?
It's pieces? Literally just kind of like a dome around the size of like a couple of coiled up of those little salamanders. It doesn't go anywhere. In the other lockers, there is stuff. The other lockers are lockers for workers in this place to hold things. You do find some coins that are of giant make and size, so they are kind of like plates to you of gold and copper. There are 5 of the gold coins, and there are, let's say, 12 of the copper ones. They do not spend the same as other coins. Not everyone accepts this kind of thing, but they are interesting at the very least.
I will, I'll collect the coins and put them in my bag.
Other than that, there is in one of them a small, well, a fairly big bird cage with a bird skeleton in it.
Aww.
And other than that, there's just kind of odds and ends that would be, like there's some drawing charcoal. There's an eyeglass for like a giant, so I guess you could take that. I don't know what you'd really use for. Like, it's basically like a monocle for a giant. Stuff like that. It's just like tats.
Picking up the monocle and looking through it, does it? Yeah, I was gonna say, does the monocle have anything weird about it?
No, it would be very unwieldy to use. You would have to hold it with both hands in front of your face, but it does magnify whatever you're looking at.
If no one else wants it, Snow will keep it. He finds it interesting.
You said there was 5 of those gold plates and how many silver ones?
12 copper. 5 gold,
Copper.
12 copper. Yeah, no silver ones.
Got it.
Does this door down at the south, does it have like handles?
No. It's just 2 smooth stone plates with then some decoration around the sides.
Should we prepare ourselves and enter the next room and just make sure we can clear it out before resting for the evening?
Well, either that or I was trying to think of a way to secure the door, but
I think I got one more encounter in me before I need to rest.
Can probably work with it.
Hopefully we won't need to exercise that particular resource, but and I can get some sleep. My old bones are screaming.
I have a call to make, so yes, let's get this done so that we can rest. Sarah's like, I got a phone call to make, let's go.
Yeah, I guess we can check this room out. Like,
Give me an athletics check if you want to open that door. You're going to have to...
Everyone
Crank it
else,
open.
Sabril's making a phone call that he's just sleeping. It's just-
Is
Vincent
just
will
like the-
assist Snow in opening the door.
is it like the Dark Souls
Advantage.
edgy slow door opening? Just the doof.
It depends on the roll, I guess.
oh
the
no.
door's over here, right? Like
Yeah, that's the door. Go ahead and roll athletics with advantage because Vincent is, helping.
This is the Aragorn in Rohan door opening.
Yeah. Me coming back
Vincent's
to
just
ginger ale.
getting behind Snow and like pressing against his massive back and just like pushing him in.
Yeah, the door opens. It's stiff. It's old, but it does open. You immediately smell clean water. And you can hear some bloop, 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 bloop of things going into the water and like...
Found Dr. Oz.
Is it okay?
That would be kind of like he can't really see in, so he's like, "It sounds okay."
Ready
People
yourself
poke-
for anything.
Poke their head in. Just see. Yeah.
You smell clean water. This area, so there's like more decoration than I have on the map.
Oh.
But essentially, there's like just stuff. There's some of the pipe runoff, but the main thing in here is a hole in the ground that leads to the lake that you are actually kind of in right now. Just clear, cold water. The whole area around it where there would be railings, as you're walking around, there are some lungfish. Little fish with just a little bit of their front fins, a little kind of walkable arms. They're real things, and they go like, ah, they make big mouths. And there's most of them have gone into the water, but like as Snow is walking up, one will go like, ah, at Snow, and then whoosh, into the water. And they're like small. They're like maybe a foot big. And it goes into
Can
the
I
water.
catch one?
I was gonna say,
You can give
try
me
and catch one.
a acrobatics check, I guess, to try and catch.
Acrobatics.
Sarah's just gonna spear one with this.
Oh, you want to kill
Keep
it?
his
It's much
Yeah,
easier to
it's
catch
gonna,
one if
like-
you're gonna kill it.
Dinner.
Mm.
yeah. Peepa's gonna like leap, but not try and draw a weapon. Just instinct, grab it with clawed hands. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
me like
Let's say acrobatics makes sense for this.
Acrobatics or sword?
You could do sword as well. Yeah, you catch
Spearing
two.
it.
And then they're in your hands, like. "Ah!"
There's on instinct. I'm gonna say Peep goes and like.
Yeah, they taste muddy.
Probably we're gonna want to cook. Okay.
Yeah, there's just like teeth marks in it. Didn't actually like take anything out. Just as soon as Peep got the taste, just yeah.
Sabril, meanwhile, is just skewering.
You
one.
skewer it with
Oh my
your
God.
sword that's still kind of hot from the salamanders, and it starts cooking. Yeah. I don't know if lungfish are like edible, but I mean, sure, we could go with it.
Snow just like look at them like okay then.
Yeah, it seems that there's There is no bigger monster in here. This just leads down to the lake, and those lungfish, because they can crawl on the land and they need to be on the land occasionally, just using this as their land because it's safe. It's like a little, maybe like a little breeding ground.
Their dinner now.
Yeah, it's not safe now.
I suggest probably making camp in this room since it is closable. But that's just my suggestion.
Anything weird about the room as I walked around it, just kind of looking at the walls, anything standing out to me?
You can give me an investigation check. Because there is stuff, you know, there's this isn't as smooth. This is like almost like a maintenance room because there's like things, there's like shelves, there's oh my gosh. Poetry.
That was with advantage, that should not have been with advantage.
That is funny.
There we go. It's a flat 10 for me.
It's flat 10. I mean, a lot of the like useful things stored here are either kind of joined to the walls or just worn away by time, because this isn't as closed off to the elements. But you do find something interesting. There is, of all the things that kind of worn by the elements, and that there is, you know, water here, on one of the shelves in this corner, there is, you know, 12 feet up, there's a shelf, and on the shelf is a bag. The bag has what kind of looks like a rosy-cheeked hill giant face, and it's not worn at all. Everything's kind of, you know, got a layer of, I guess, oxidization on like the copper and stuff, but that bag is just clean.
We'll very carefully lift that bag off.
No, you're gonna need to get up there. It's high.
Okay. Then I will try to climb up there.
Yeah, athletics or acrobatics.
Here goes the Indiana Jones moment. We need to run.
I will
Gonna start flooding.
internalize my own need for honing my body and activate my channel divinity
Yes.
and use my peerless athlete to give myself advantage on athletic checks and acrobatics checks for the next 10 minutes.
So after this, you can just do some flips for the sake.
Ooh.
You get on up there, you can pluck the thing, and you also immediately recognize what it is. Not from your own knowledge, almost as if you're pulling on from something greater, you know, as you're kind of honing your powers. This is a bag of holding, which is not, you know, magic items aren't branded in Jarviskjir, but you can immediately recognize what the potential of this thing is to store infinite items, essentially, in a demi-plane. And, yeah, I almost want to say you find something else up there as well, because you got a 20, but I don't think there is
That's
anything else to find.
Plenty good
Bag
enough.
of holding, good enough.
Always.
What's in it?
Always. Do I know enough about what these things are to know about them? If you turn them inside out, it'll empty out anything that's inside of it.
You do now. You kind of get like a essentially a divine flow of knowledge when you hold it.
Nice. I will drop down to the ground and do that and turn it inside out and see if there's anything.
There would be some junk in there because, of course, it's a bag of holding. You hold things in there. Let me check some
Hunger and
stuff real quick.
skin and shit.
This bag is going to be very useful to us. I'm not very good with numbers or counting. Perhaps somebody else would like to hold on to it, and we could start some sort of party fund or something with this.
Party fund.
Sorry. You can put many things into this bag, and it's very difficult to fill it up.
Math lady memeing Sabrail right now. Just like, what's a party fund?
You turn the bag inside out, and two small pouches come out. There is a very dry dust inside there. that appears to be some kind of maintenance tool.
I'll pick that up. Pick the pouches up and kind of look at them, see what they are.
It doesn't feel like sand in there. It feels almost like very, very small beads. It feels like salt, but it's not salt. Maybe some kind of proving salt, but the labeling on it makes it seem like it's more of a maintenance tool.
Sabriel, have you ever seen anything like this in your years? No.
Has
Show it to him.
Sabriel seen this in his 900 years of hell?
Arcana check. Yeah, Sabriel's at the
like
point
that
where
it's
it's
an
like,
Arcana check.
long life is hell. not pleasant. It's magical. It's a magical powder. There appear to be quite a few doses of it in there, but quite like a huge amount, really, because there's two bags of it. But yeah.
I don't know what it does.
If no one else wants to carry things, I guess I can carry the bag. But we can store many things in this bag, and it'll be very difficult to fill up. And I'll turn it back right side out as I'm saying that.
Sabriel just looks at Grim.
If somebody else would like to carry it, that is also acceptable as well.
I mean, Snow would be fine carrying it, but
The bag of holding, unlike a lot of magical items, you can just hold it, hand it between people. It doesn't need to necessarily have like one permanent holder. So it can be
You
like
could
between you two,
honestly
depending on who needs it. It's fine.
Keep it on a horse too.
Yeah.
unless we lose the horse, then.
You haven't had the best track record with horses.
Like, if
I
the
didn't say
horses
Sabriel's horse.
Yeah, yeah.
I think we
There's
should
no
be.
ways... Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think we should be safe to close this room off and hunker down for the night. Get some rest, and then we can head out at first light.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Sweet. You can start a long rest here, closing up the door. If anything comes in, they have to push open a big heavy door and you'll hear it. Unless, of course, something comes in from the lake, which has a big, like, literal definition of portal to it there.
Yeah.
But-
That thought has not escaped me. I am terrified of that. I know that's coming, and
The shark's gonna
Sabriel's
jump
just,
out
like,
and just chomp you.
Big
but Vincent is not smart enough to
Snake
think of that,
monster.
so he has not thought of that.
Sabriel will be like, alright, so no one sleep next to the water. As a reminder, there is a large snake creature underneath the ice. Also, and many other things we don't probably know exist.
What if we just stretch the bag of holding to cover the whole thing?
That won't contain a creature of the
Help.
size at which I
Ollie,
saw.
help. Ollie, help. Peep no clips. Peep no clips of reality. Peep no clips of reality. Help me.
I can help.
People no clue. That's funny.
I can't see anything.
Yeah, I banished you.
Ah!
Sabra we do still need to probably have someone keep watch in case something does emerge from the water of.
Yes, we should
Eldritch
take turns.
unknown.
I'll sit first watch.
Okay.
You'll give
I
me
can
time
take
to
the.
get my
final
mind and body
4
ready for
hours.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Peeps
Snow
in
will
the
do the second watch. That's fine.
Sweet. Okay. You can start taking your long rest. Is there anything any of y'all want to do during your rest, other than keeping watch? Because that's kind of, already sort of...
I'm gonna sit here just off to the side of the door and keep watch from there. And that's what. And I will spend time just communing with my deity and thinking about Pearl and yeah, that's it. During that watch.
Sabriel's meditating right now, aren't they?
He will be.
Probably prepare. I'm at 900 years old. You have a ritual. You know
He's
what
got
you're
shit to
doing
do, yeah.
when you're getting ready for bed. You know, so you'd be able
Especially
to tell
he's
by
got to
now.
make a phone call in his sleep. So
When 900 years old you are, meditate you will.
Star Wars reference. It's on the bingo card. It's on the
no,
Discord.
yeah, Peep can talk to him if he needs to.
Okay. Pete was gonna like sort of wander over and be like, Sabriel, can I ask a couple things?
Ori's immediate response is, "That sounds dangerous." Sabriel's immediate response, sure.
I've, you know, we as a group have been traveling together for a bit now, and I'm wondering how do you and like Vincent do your magic?
Oh, this is like someone coming up to someone and be like, "How are babies made?" And Sabriel's just like.
This is probably an actual
Magic
conversation
babies.
that Sabriel's husband has to have with the younglings in your
I mean,
home
Sabriel's
city
probably
quite
had
often.
to have it too. Yeah, Sabriel's
Yeah, but
probably
I
had
think
it with the
Sabriel
kids.
hands it off to Cal most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, half the time, unless he can get away.
Yeah.
Like I
Sometimes
see you
can't get
do
away
it
from
through the
elven children.
sword, and you do it with the hands, and like I always think it'd be really cool if I could do it too, but I don't know how.
Oh, Sabriel's like, I don't think you can. Well, you see. Sabriel's trying to figure out, remember how Cal explains this and how the last time he had to explain it. It's been a while.
Last time you explained it, a child cried.
Yeah. Well, you see, Peep, the way I do magic is probably different than how Vincent does magic. My magic comes from the light of the sun that is in... Ollie, correct me if I say something stupid. The light of the sun that is in me, because I am... He's trying to explain this in a way where it's not going to be like physics to fucking Peep.
Okay. Sun.
I am a sun elf, but I am a... Cyber's gonna sound really full of himself right now. I am a sun elf, Peep, but I am more special than some of my people.
Okay.
I am blessed with some of my abilities, rather
Okay.
than just casting fuck, I forgot the skeleton's name. That one. He motions to Grim.
Oh yeah, Grimald's probably awake too, right? He doesn't need to sleep, does he?
Skeletons don't sleep.
He doesn't
On a
think he's a
long rest-
skeleton, though.
Yeah, but on a long rest, Grim just sits there. Aside from for 2
He
hours,
just
where
goes
he
into
seems to kind
Windows
of...
screensaver mode. He doesn't...
So you get your magic from the sun. Vincent gets his from a dragon, if I remember
I
right.
don't possibly.
Grim. Grim, where do you get your magic from? Out of curiosity. If it's rude to ask, I'm sorry. I'm really curious.
Oh, it's never rude to ask. Magic should be shared, especially with the very young. I was trained by my master, and I learned how to cast fog cloud and disappear from this ethereal I was trained by my master as a wizard. We wizards learn how to use the arcane. It is rules in which the very bonds of reality have been forged. I use my spellbook and my chalice as a shorthand to allow me to muster these arcane powers, all taught to me by my master. I was his apprentice.
Meanwhile, Cyber, I was taught by God.
I
I was
have
blessed by
sun.
God.
A dragon and a teacher. Okay.
Why do you ask, Pete?
Well, because, I mean, I can swing a sword and everything, but You can swing one too, and then you can also do the thing where you kind of blow people up. And maybe if I want to be the strongest and best warrior around, I can't just rely on hitting things, you know? I might need something else.
I know
That's-
someone who is very important. Ollie knows where I'm going with this. I know someone who is very, very important, who I work very closely with, Peep, who very much relies on being able to hit things very hard. And he has done well for himself.
Huh.
Nor is he. He doesn't want to say nor is he very smart because we're gonna meet him at some point. Let's just say magic is not a necessity to most people, and I don't think you should want to. Sometimes it can be used as a crutch.
Okay. Okay.
But if you want to try and learn some sort of magic, I don't know that I can teach you mine. Because I just do it. It just happens.
It would just be I've spent a long training with a sword, and I'm only kind of okay at it. Like, learning magic, it'd be, like, easier if, like, someone could just give me it, you know?
Sabriel, who was just given his magic when he was born, is like, I don't know how this works.
Like, so I can, like, swing, and then go, like, pew, pew, and, I don't have to run after. I've got short legs. Running after those wargs is really tiring. So being able to just go, that'd be cool.
Maybe Grimwald can teach you a thing or two, or perhaps Vincent can set you up with this. Thanks for a moment. This dragon that he is getting his power from. Sabriel's like, I don't know about this.
Has Vincent heard any of this at this point?
I mean, it's a fairly big room, but also they're not being like quiet now. So yeah, it's up to you.
It's not entirely the dragon that gives me my abilities.
Huh? Huh?
Well into my 20s, I was a weak man. A boy. I was a boy. And then I met her. She changed everything for me. She made me stronger. Every day that I was with her, she pushed me out of my comfort zone. She made me do things that I wouldn't have done otherwise, but in a fun way, climbing mountains, swinging from tree limbs, things that boys do, but men forget how to usually. When she died, that part of me went with her. Or at least I thought. I made a promise to her in those final moments, and it was to live life to its fullest. I think that's why the great dragon took pity on me and ever so often just gives me a little piece of that strength back that she gave me. So, yes, my magic comes from a dragon, but my love for her is what connects me to him.
That's really, really sweet. Huh. Then maybe what I feel for my family might get me something like that one day.
There is strength in family, Peep. But don't make a mistake and think that it is only in blood. Family comes in all shapes and sizes. I'll pat him on the shoulder and go sit back in my corner and start sharpening my sword and cleaning off my shield.
Is Peep satisfied, or does Peep have more questions?
Yeah,
Cool.
Peep's satisfied.
Sabrel's just got very quiet after that. He's like, no, we're not going into that right now.
Okay. Are you ready to take your call, Ori, or do you want to wait?
No, we can do it. Sorry. The kid just yelling that was quick in the background was just like...
Does Snow
Yeah.
want to do anything, or is Snow just... this conversation... Snow's just asleep.
You're muted.
I'm muted. Yeah. I don't know. He probably listened for a bit, and then was like, "I don't get any of this," and just went to bed.
Good. Cool. So, Sabriel, when everyone but Vincent, who's kind of keeping an eye on the door, is hunkering down for a sleep. You know, you got Snow against the wall, you got Peep curled up into a little ball. You can enter your trance. You can enter your very trained dream at this point, where your husband is actually already there for you.
Aww. Okay. Yeah, he'll go sit next to him. And just poke. No. Just pokes the shit out of him. Hey. They probably have done that whole like I'm not touching you bullshit.
They are.
Guarantee they've done it.
They have. Yes. I based on their dynamics, yes. Sabriel has definitely done that before.
He is a brat.
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes and sits next to him. And pulls out. Can he have a notebook in him dream?
Yeah,
please?
well, you are
Okay.
very trained in your dream, right? You are 900 years old. Diddle-doo-doo.
Was that me or you?
No, that was me.
Okay, because I'm like, there's no window popping up. I'm confused.
No, I know. That's why I had to draw attention to it, because I knew it'd be weird. That was Windows going, hey, we just updated. Why don't we, like, clean up after the updates? Like, why didn't you do that at the same time?
Yeah.
Why didn't you do that at the same time? Why did you say you're doing it? Anyway, yeah, you are very trained in your dream. Your dream is because the way Sabriel, as a 900-year-old sun elf, dreams is different to anyone else in the chamber. The dream is palpable. It's not quite real. There's something almost as if everything is painted in blotches of watercolor and slightly hazy, but your notebook can be very where you record, specific memories and journals, not even necessarily things you always write down, but writing it down makes it easier, is secure. And that took centuries of training, because if you've ever tried to read something in a dream, you can't. This took a lot of training to do, but it's very useful, especially for when communing through your dreams with your husband. Caravale will notice this. Probably the reason why he's already here, he is noticeably tired. There is the aura of the both positive glow and weight of one who has been in battle.
He's gonna not open the notebook yet, but he's gonna look at him and ask him if he's okay first.
I have not taken any wounds that I myself cannot heal.
Does he look visibly like hurt?
He just looks a little haggard, not hurt. Although both of you are good enough at this to probably hide your injuries from each other when you're actually doing this. But he just looks tuckered out. He's not 100 years old. A fight is a lot.
He's gonna give him a look. let's not have a repeat of that one time with that illness and the village, the town, please.
This is not entirely dissimilar. I am down here, below the surface, dealing with a problem that other folk who are not as enlightened as we have neglected. So, yes, my sunlight is stretched thin, but it is... I am happy to be rejuvenated by my stars.
He gives him a smile. Well, perhaps you should take a few weeks of leave and return home, if you can. I will have to be going home. Fuck.
Peep just like kicks Sabriel like instinctively from sleep, like yeah.
I touched something on my desk and it flew and I tried to catch it and it just wasn't happening.
Good job, Maury.
I have no depth perception, we all know that. Well, I'm going to have to be returning home, I think, at some point soon. As what I've uncovered here is going to take far more resources than what I have. And it's much more than I can pass on to Ballard in a quick message.
I have been trying to speak through darners of sunlight to Ballard, and he does not quite respond without you there.
I think I know a way to get him to respond if you think it might be time to tell him something that might bring him back a bit.
He smiles, but only a little bit, and he shakes his head. It's like, if you do not tell him that in person, it will be lost
He
on
might
him.
kill me.
He would kill you if he understood what you were saying. I think he just wouldn't. He doesn't understand what I am saying to him without me there. Without the breast to breast, so to say. It's not, it doesn't quite reach him. Which is why I cannot leave right now, my stars. I am in charge here, and I am also the only link between the dark and the holy city. Without me here, there would be unfortunateness that I would like to avoid. I don't even know how to explain that. I don't even know how to explain that.
The dream goblins.
He wants me to fix the TV, and so he's harassing me right now. Stop. I will fix it in a moment. Go sit.
The dream goblins are invading
The
conversation.
dream goblins!
I will get someone to relieve you as soon as I can. Then I will have to get back to him quickly. He shows him the notes, the reports he has written so far, and he explains what he got downloaded into his brain from the wall and everything else. Like he's like, I can't deal with this by myself. I'm going to have to go back and talk to him.
You want to bring in the might of our city against... I'm not even entirely sure what threat it is you're facing. This ring of stone?
Something to do with primordials. It's a gateway to the prison that they were put in, is what Ori wrote down.
Well, we are in times keen demolitionists. That might be wise. We're making no progress here.
Perhaps it's linked.
I have fought a pyromancer, so elementals do reach down here into the dark, but who knows? Stranger occurrences have happened to us. So,
Well, I can't get a message out to him right now. Don't know if you're able to send one to someone back home that's going to be ready to... Alina, at least. Let her know.
I will let her know that you will be returning. I will not give her a timeline, for I know that's probably unlikely to be kept to.
Yes, let's not increase any expectations for her at the moment. She's got enough to worry about.
He nods.
I'm just gonna retroactively say that he did this because we discussed it in DMs, but god damn it. I've picked up a trinket for you both, but I'll give it to you when...
You honestly could have done it before this adventure even happened.
Yeah, that's
We're in
what I'm
the tower.
saying. He just picked up a... So... Don't wear yourself out. I'll be there or home as soon as I can. I'll try and get someone down there to relieve you or deal with whatever this is that's going on.
Yeah. Cal just subtly smiles and will let you meditate and deal with your own dream goblins.
He leans on him in the dream. It gives him husband a kiss, and then we'll meditate.
Nice. All right. I will now relieve Ori of responsibilities to parent for a bit. You all rest fine. You do deal with your watches and stuff. Nothing comes out from the lake. It would have been cool, but at the same time, I'm not that mean.
I was hoping that I'd get to wrestle a big fish or something.
you gotta go down in there and wrestle a fish. You can wrestle a fish whenever you want. They can't stop you. But no big monsters jump out or anything. And just so you know, I'm going to tell you this now. Don't worry about it now. You do level up to level 4. Just so I don't forget, I'm not going to really worry about it now. But that is a thing that's happening. Because you're pushing through stuff, but there's still more to go and more to do. So, are you ready to leave this place? Is there anything you want to do beforehand? Anything you want to do with a toe?
Oh yeah, the toe.
Don't forget about the toe.
I will the curiosity getting the better of me, will walk over with the crowbar that Pete let me borrow and pry it out as best I can, as gently as I can without breaking the glass if possible.
Yeah, I will say with the benefit of time, you can just kind of and then catch it like as it pops out with like a flow of brick dust.
I will walk over to Snow and very gently kind of pat him on the shoulder as I open up the bag of holding and put it in there.
Nice. The toe jar is fully enclosed, so there's no toe juices seeping into the bag. So that's good.
So Snow, you can put down a bag of holding and a jar.
What I will
of toe.
do is give you a bag of holding handout. You can all edit. I'll do that now.
Oh, that sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just have whoever needs it at the time be holding it.
Yeah, nice. That's the easiest thing to do.
Yeah.
So, boop, there it is. Bag of holding. You can all edit it. So one of you add the toe in there and the two bags.
In the morning, Sabriel is gonna sit there and be discussing what he learned from these notes, his report, pretty much. He's gonna be discussing what he learned with from the hobgoblin and everything else with his friends in the morning. So he's just gonna be talking out loud, in probably Celestial, I would assume, and is just talking to empty space.
Oh, he's done it. He's finally cracked. He's gone nuts.
Does he say that out loud?
I do. 100%.
Sabriel just turns and looks at you.
And Benson immediately winks at you with just kind of...
I'm discussing. He switches back to common, I guess. He's got an accent no matter what he's speaking in. He switches back to comment. I'm trying to discuss this strange, primordial, possible cataclysmic event with the ancestors. If you really must know, no, I am not insane. Those soldiers you saw at one point in the fight, they're in the room right now.
Vincent looks around. What? Where? Huh?
Granddad's just standing there looking at Vincent like a dumbass.
Get off my lawn!
Pretty much. No, I'm trying to sort out this problem we have. He just shakes his head.
I added something.
Back into the cold then?
Mm-hmm.
Out into the cold.
Hopefully the horses haven't been eaten overnight.
I hadn't considered that. That's the thing. And he
It's a
immediately bolts
rental.
out of the room. Like,
Sabrel's just
no
like-
more conversation. Vincent is out the door.
Sabrel's just like, it's a rental.
Mine's not!
Not my problem.
It probably got very cold. Like we don't have any blankets that we put over them or anything.
You put them in the nook of
that's
the
true.
by the skeleton.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Technically against the wind
you
and
could
stuff,
you could
yeah.
sprint max speed out, Vincent, and the horses are still there.
Oh my god, the
they're
chat just
fine.
reminded me. You know how some D&D campaigns, they have pocket sand, right? We've got a pocket skeleton. Just pull the fucking
Yeah.
skeleton out of the pocket and throw
I
him.
edited
Try
the
explaining
handout
to
and I put
Grim why and how that works.
He doesn't
Yeah.
need to know. It just
Are-
needs to
are we
happen.
talking
And then
about-
it can...
Wait, pause. Are we talking about using this bag of holding as some sort of makeshift Pokeball situation
Yeah.
for Grandma the skeleton?
Yeah.
Here,
See,
I
Ollie-
choose you. What's going on?
Ollie, I know you run a Pokemon game, but no, this is the real Pokemon game.
I'm not against it. I'm just double checking to making sure that was the plan.
that is what Ori is discussing. Yes.
Why is it my suggestion? Xylemos is the one over here talking about using the legendary Pokemon in the group. We gotta go to Pewter City to use the fossil lab. Come on. I just showed my age.
Yeah. That's funny.
Gotta go level up my freaking Butterfree to be able to go fight Brock. Let's go.
You can leave this place. Do you want to remove the plates from the wall that opened up the door, or do you want to leave it open?
No, we don't want to leave that open, I don't think.
Yeah.
No,
that's
yeah,
fair.
we should take the plates and put them in the bag of holding as well.
We should give them to Miss
Yeah.
Inkwell.
Mm.
Or Sabriel can hold on to them and take them back to home and they can be safe there.
I mean, it is a rather small facility, but without anyone using it, and it looked from the dust that it hadn't been used in some time, it might make for a good little hideaway spot if we need a vault of some sort to hide things that we find, or to hide ourselves in case we get into trouble.
That's a fair point.
We can keep them for now. I don't think we should rely on a Justice League frozen fortress out in the middle of nowhere.
It's
Yeah,
just
like
not a
me.
it's not a bad contingency plan to have in our back pocket, is all I'm
It's
saying.
it's like
No.
Superman's
Fortress
Fortress
of
of
Solitude is what I was
Solitude.
trying to say.
yeah, we have our own Fortress of Solitude.
I have my own Fortress of Solitude. We just have to get to it.
Sheep has one too. It's just his house. There's no one
Yeah,
else
it's just
there.
Sabriel's house. We just-
Everyone else
Sab-
is dead. Yeah,
Everyone else is dead. Maybe not. Only one confirmed dead.
Yeah.
it's true.
Something
Keep us
has
hope.
bit
Keep us
me.
hope.
We've been bitten.
I'll take them down and put them in the bag of holding, and we'll hold on to them for now.
When you take them out, the door seals, although not quite as perfectly as before because there's kind of like ice that formed between, but in time it will look as if there was no door there at all. Yeah.
And now we need to go pick up the
Nice.
food, correct? That was the next trip.
Yeah.
We need to go back to
Back-
town and then pick up the
Yeah,
food.
town
We
is
have
on
to go
the
through
way. So.
town.
Fair enough.
I really just it sounds like you're on like a night out. Like, well, now I need to go pick up food before we get to like wherever we're going.
Gotta go to Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Yeah, grab bite to eat. Don't want to get too
Well,
eating's
for
cheating.
legal
Come on.
Oh god, I tried to edit my character sheet to like lower my number of rations, and then I accidentally added an extra digit. So now it says that I have 181 rations.
I mean, Vincent might have 181
My
rations.
total weight went like whoop. No, it's not. It's not correct.
You can track back to Lendr. It is a pretty uneventful journey back. The wind... It's cold traveling back in comparison to the nice, warm, heated, giant boiler room. But uneventful. No attacks, no leviathans, no nothing. You camp once on the way, and then you are back on the 23rd. So there are 6 days until New Year's. So you can reach back to Lendr. The town is pretty much the same. Things are going. Amongst the lower off folks, they're doing quite a bit better after a big, feast was kind of pulled for them. So...
Can we go visit the alchemist that we bought the potions from?
Yeah, if you want to.
Sabra will want to go find whoever's in charge in town. Or the Shield Maiden lady again.
Shield Maiden you can find when you ask for people who are in charge, you get 2 different answers.
Of course.
Yeah. A lot of people say that if you talk to Griff Lendr, they can solve many of their problems. Griff speaks for the clan Lendr and does some of the... he arranges stuff with people. He's not the oldest person in the clan, but the oldest isn't always the one running it. And then the other person, they say... It basically depends. If you ask, a Northman barbarian, like by the side, like chiseling their axe, they're like, "Oh, Griff, go see Griff. Griff can sort out any problems you need." If you go and talk to any of the merchants, you will have to. They will say that you would want to speak to Ansid Veriture, the Baroness.
Who would be the best one to go talk to about the security issue with the goblins being solved? I guess her.
Well, she wouldn't know what was going on, probably. No, neither of them really do, in theory.
So whoever's in charge of so the Shield Maidens, I guess.
Yeah, you can go and find that Shield Maiden and tell them that the goblins are sorted out. That would be the best thing to do.
Yeah, that's what he'll do.
You can go to the Shield Maidens. It is pretty early in the day when you go, and I imagine you have at least Peep with you. And they are doing their morning prayers to the winds. They have little idols of unicorns, usually. Usually wood. Occasionally have a little gem, for the horn. Or like a little sliver of a gem or something. And you can see the magic. They're from the spellcasting you've seen, especially from like Shield Maidens, it's very free flowing to the god they pray to. And so there's a good few of them that they would have, I guess, a bit of a training hall where you can go and talk to them in the space outside. And the training hall wouldn't even have, it'd be like posts. It wouldn't have walls, it'd be posts and a roof. And you can go and just sort of say, hey, we dealt with the goblins, and she would understand. Unless you want to have any further, like, deeper conversations.
No, he really just wanted to be like, the goblins have been taken care of. They said they'll leave you alone. As long as you leave them alone, blah, 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 blah.
He does have one question. So, hi, I'm just out of
Oh,
curiosity.
it's the little one!
Hi,
Oh,
I'm
I
just
was telling him that you you're just sweetie.
I was just wondering, have you had any reports of bandits at all lately, or in any nearby places?
Oh, well, there's always the occasional bandit. There's the... Some of us come by Crovat, and they've had trouble with the Children of Umber. And that's... but that's far away. So they don't cause much trouble around here. But there's also... there's a group of marauders. They've been causing some trouble. It depends which roads you're traveling.
What road was it I've taken all those months ago?
It would have been an eastward traveling road, kind of probably towards Crovarton. So you can kind of
Still
say I
relatively-
was on that route.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
well, I wouldn't really know. Sometimes folks are so disillusioned, they don't have faith in the spirits to guide them, that they turn to violence against their fellow man. We those people need to be recovered from the sickness that has affected their minds. She says, closing her hand around the little unicorn amulet, and basically green, like, flowing wind will, like, around her arm.
Yeah. Okay, so it... So
you're going to deal with them?
Maybe. I mean, I just want to know just in case, you know?
Every group like that, they always are led by a charismatic individual. Maybe they're not in charge, but usually they are. And usually once that person's been arrested or beheaded, the rest of them scatter.
Saffron's like, I don't arrest or behead, I disintegrate.
Okay. I'll keep it in mind just in case.
Sickness of the mind, you said.
Aye. We do not believe that cruelty is a necessary trait for we Northmen. Bruise from discontent. Those who do not listen to the winds, or who do not feel the warmth of their mother's love.
And these are Sabriel mentally is like, listen, I've experienced some humans who are very cruel. So it's not an actual ailment per se, it's just
Oh
the usual-
no, it's a metaphor. It's a story to make it easier to understand, and it
Forgive me,
can't be
I'm old.
cured with a spell, but it can be cured occasionally with a good bonk to the head.
or a sword, but I see. Sabriel's like, I'm not gonna say anything bad about humans right now, not to the human lady.
Okay. Thank you very, very much.
You're welcome. Do you want a sweetie?
Yeah.
And she will give you another boiled.
love
Yeah.
it so much. I love her.
There's like a moment of like sucking it as you're meant to, and then just crunch.
Yeah. We've all been there. Sometimes you don't have time.
As we're walking away, Sabriel's gonna thank her. He's not gonna be rude, and he's gonna thank her. And as we're walking away, he's gonna look at Peep. Peep, please don't get offended by me asking this question, but you seem to be the youngest here and may know the answer to this question. Is there a toy shop in town or somewhere I might purchase toys?
I imagine there would be, right? Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not even a shop, but there would be, you know, a like a witch who makes little playthings or something. Yeah. A witch is a very welcome individual in a Northman community.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
And in fact, you're actually already working with one. SM is a witch.
Yeah, I know a place.
I see. Well, if we could visit that at some point, before or when we get back, maybe.
Yeah, I can show you there.
Just nods. He doesn't explain why he wants to buy a toy. He just wants to buy a toy.
Why do you want to buy a toy?
God damn it.
Like a good 2 minutes of walking later, like. Yeah.
Oh, I'm in the clear. I don't know why. Oh, that's.
Sabriel actually gets a little bit of a smile on his face. And it's weird because it's Sabriel. And that doesn't happen unless violence is happening or it's his husband he's talking to.
I only smile when I'm taking a giant's life. Sabriel was the edgelord all along, by the way, in this party, clearly, yeah.
He what?
Sabriel was the edgelord in the party all along.
Listen, he really only smiles for his husband and Ballard. But and that's because you can't help it. The man's a golden retriever. But
You'll meet him.
But he thinks for a moment and he pulls out his little sketchbook, not his notebook, not his reports, but he pulls out his little sketchbook and he's got you've seen him in downtime with a small paint travel kit and maybe some pencils, just drawing shit. And there's a few sketches and pages of the places and maybe Peep. He flips past the Peep ones quickly, and then you see one of his husband, who he points out, and then you see one on the next page of a elf woman.
Ah. They're really pretty.
Mm-hmm. The three of us. Damn it. The three of us are expecting a child, I think. So I'm going to get a toy for it. I don't know how children work.
But it's
He does know how children work.
It just goes over his head. People has no concept of what a normal family is meant to be like. They're just that's really sweet.
My husband, my wife, and my boyfriend. But yeah, no, there may be a baby soon, so I would like soon. Relative to Sabriel's brain, soon. Peep is Peep's last leg, but Peep's already gray. But no, I wanted to bring home something.
Yeah, I'll find them the perfect thing.
As long as it's not cursed.
I doubt it.
Just give him that potion that we made. It'll be...
Do it.
God, the second
should be
he finds
careful,
out about
Peep.
that potion.
Pretty sure, yeah. I had a few toys from that woman. I mean, I was a human before then, but...
I was gonna make that same joke.
Just wait for
Wait,
if Sabriel
what?
reacts.
Hold on.
I'm joking. I was always like this.
He doesn't know anything about kobolds, so he's sitting there going, this could be entirely accurate, and he doesn't even know. Now he's looking at Peep to see if he's cursed. Is Peep cursed?
Peep definitely seems unfortunate.
That doesn't answer the question. He knows he's a cretin. He wants to know if he's cursed.
I was born like this. as far as I'm aware. I was found like this, so I must have been born like this.
Mentally, Sabrael's like, oh, well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I see. Well, we can go to a toy shop, or you made me the little horse. Perhaps we can make something.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah.
Closes the book of sketches before Peep sees anything else, because it's, you know, it's like the artist when you're like sitting somewhere with your sketchbook and people are like, oh, let me look through your sketchbook, and they start flipping through it and there's porn. He's like, Ollie knows what I mean.
You don't get to 900 years old without a porn collection in your notebook.
I mean,
My 900 years.
They're vintage.
Do you think Yoda had a porn collection?
Yoda had to. Yoda was sitting on Dagobah alone for like
oh my
50
god, Ollie
years.
Ballard is just
That's-
plop Yoda.
He had like books full of,
Plop
like,
stupid
Swamp.
Yoda.
That swamp was not there when he arrived.
I don't like that connotation at all. Potion seller. Shall we say that Vincent and Snow are doing that while Sabriel and Peep are doing their other errand?
Yes.
You can go find Essem.
Only your strongest potions.
Yep. That I should add that to the bingo card as well, because that comes up every time.
Yeah, Snow would go along with Vincent. I don't think Snow's really looking to buy anything for himself, but you'd chill.
You can find him quite easily. Well, Snow's been there before, so like Snow would be leading you, but it's not he's not a difficult guy to find.
So Vincent is going to try to go into this room and then very slowly, very cautiously pull out the jar with the big toe and kind of sit on the counter and, excuse me, what can you tell me about this piece that I found?
Essem leans over. His pig kind of like sniffs at you because you're new.
Oh, what a creature! Can I?
Oh, I encourage you to pet him. He loves it.
I will start scratching behind the ears.
So the pig loves it. Gets to the point where it kind of starts like moving its leg as if it's trying to scratch itself because you're scratching it, and it gets confused. It's a very, very lovable creature. That's Flopsy, my moss piglet.
A moss piglet. I've never seen such a creature. They're gorgeous.
They are. He's a magical boy.
Magical boy.
This is a toe. This is a giant's toe. Although I've hilt lift it to like the sun like coming in through the window, like I don't know which giant's toe. I have seen the toe of hill giants, coal giants, moss giants, stone giants, frost giants. I don't know. And he'll like flick the container and the toe like blue, blue, blue. Like I don't know what this is. No, I'm not strange. I'm not the one collecting the toes. But amongst potion makers, and he will be like looking for things. Because you're like in his little hut, and it's not like really a shop. It's like a hut, and he's got the brewing stuff outside. Like, giant's toes hold some of their strength, so we can make potions to make people stronger through that. Depending on the giant, depending on their strength, depending on their position, it's varied responses, varied results. But I don't know what giant. Do you know what giant this came from? I don't imagine you took this yourself. It looks old.
No, we found this on our travels. I just knew it was a giant toe. I'm not very familiar with giants. Perhaps my friend Snow, do you know what type of giant toe this is?
I mean, he would look. I feel like it'd be kind of hard to tell, but I'll try to figure it out.
You could give me a history or religion check, I guess.
Okay. Well, that's a whopping 0. Let's see.
His name is Snow. He speaks for the toes. That's good. It looks like it doesn't look like a giant skin you've seen before, but giants, because they took the elements into themselves. And this is the same for the descendants of giant kin as well, because it's kind of diluted. Often there's an element of that to their skin. Stone giants are have a stone-like skin, and sometimes stone instead of hair, and that translates to the Borovar, and the Planavar are similar. Some have bark growing from their skin and stuff. This appears to be made of metal.
The toe is made of metal?
But it is still an organic toe from a giant's foot.
Yeah, there's like some metallic element to it. Okay. Yeah, I guess he would point that out. But I guess he wouldn't. I don't know what that would be from specifically, so I guess Snow would probably just be like, you'd point that out and hope that maybe they do. Maybe that SM does.
I know what I can do with it if you need something done with it. I'm sure it can't be all that different from any other giant's toe. Yep. I don't know if it would be a strong potion or a weak potion. I could try to strengthen it or weaken it. These potions are quite hard to dilute or ferment, though. So what, do you want me to make something with it? I think it would take quite a while.
If only I had another one of those teeth.
Perhaps it's something you're more interested in making something to sell in your shop, and we can maybe trade it for some credit in your shop.
I would be happy to do that.
It seems that we will be probably shadowing your doors quite often for these wonderful health potions, as one just saved my life earlier this week. So I'm much appreciative of that. So yes, I think that would be the best. We should turn this device over to what's your name again?
Oh, my name is Essen.
Essen here. And how much would you think that would be worth in your store credit here?
It would be worth a lot to the right people. Once brewed. I would say at least 1,000 gold.
There, you see? 1,000 gold in store credit for us to come back and gain potions when we need them. What do you think, Snow? Does that sound reasonable?
Yeah, Snow would just shrug and kind of nod.
Yeah. SM will smile and take the thing from you and kind of put it aside. And
well, just a moment, and I just take the gloves off and just kind of rub my wrist a little bit. Sorry, I got a little burned yesterday in acquiring such a device, so it was protected by some salamanders or something or other, some kind of fiery creature. Perhaps 1,200 for the trouble of locating it.
You give me a persuasion check. I respect the hustle. I respect adding the story.
Let's see here. Make sure I'm normal. Yeah, normal. Okay.
It's like
Oh!
It's like an episode.
Can't win
Maybe
them
I'll
all.
he smiles and shakes his head a little. Like, we can work it out on a case-by-case basis. I don't keep strict books. If I did, then the Baroness would probably pay more attention to me down here. But what I can do is maybe see about finding a potion to deal with those burns, or maybe next time if you are dealing with more fire.
Very well. Thank you for your time. And do we just get a writ from you, or are we just going to remember our faces? How does that all work?
Oh,
I'm kind of new to
it's-
this town, so.
It's just me and the pig, so just
Well, certainly.
come on back. And I know the other, your kobold as well. So
Certainly, our little friend here will remember me when I come back, and I'll scratch him behind the ears again. And very good. Thank you for your time.
They're gonna come back with a freaking celestial elf, and he's gonna be like, "Who are you people?"
yeah.
Fun fact: they're all the same person.
You can, and with that, you can be pretty well prepared for your going off into Openfur and gathering food from the halflings before winter truly bites. And I think that's a good place to end off today's session as well. Nice. So we will end off by going around the table and talking a little bit about what you all have going on, what you're working on, starting with Zach.
Hey guys, yeah, same basic principle here. Just getting things set up for after the new year. We're getting the stream ready to go, getting some players ready to go, and some story together here. So, but I want to say, backschism. The game looks awesome. I'm backing it. Get in there and backschism.
Awesome.
That's it.
Thanks a lot. Snow.
Yeah. So,
I still have a furnace sound playing. It's been playing since we were in there. Get out of here.
So, I do just variety streams most days of the week. I don't really have a set schedule. Sometimes I do ridiculous late night streams like last night. And I also am also going to plug Schism as well. Yeah, I'm also backing it, and you should too if you haven't already.
Quill?
Yeah, it's me, Quill, the one who shitposts on YouTube all the time. I did a fun thing recently for Ollie where I did some voices for all the minis that you get in the Schism set. You can find that on Ollie's Discord, links and announcements to my video, or you can just go to my channel at Voice Quills. And other than that, back Schism. There's even proof in that video I did that showed I did back. So
yeah, you should.
I'm not saying everyone else hasn't. It's just there is extra proof that's like, hey, you have backed it there.
You got the receipt.
I have receipts.
You should definitely
Video receipts.
Follow and subscribe to Quill on there, because if you are curious about voice acting, that is a very satisfying video. And also there's like shots of the minis and stuff for Schism, and it's just a bit of fun. Just a bit of fun.
Yeah. Just a bit of fun.
Ori.
Hello. Back Schism Immolation of Openfur on Kickstarter. I have, you should too. I want to paint these minis, so if you guys want me to be able to paint these minis, then you need to get this thing funded. On that note, I do character commissions and other commissions, like items and swords and places with characters in them. Backgrounds, that's what those are called.
Environments.
Environments, tokens, and that sort of shit. You can find a lot of my stuff on DM's Guild stuff, like where is it? This thing. This book that came out forever fucking ago. This one. That was me. This cover and a lot of other stuff.
That's awesome.
It's so much work.
That's how you could tell, like when you get to like the professional level where people are like, "Oh, that's so cool," and you're just like, "I'm tired." And that's just the only response you've got.
I had to go through, because we weren't getting a print book at first, and then Lysa with DMs was like, "Yo, by the way, you're all getting print books." So none of us did anything in CMYK. We did everything in RGB because it was just gonna be digital, so it didn't fucking matter. I had to go redo like 18 files of my art, including the cover, into CMYK, which is a lot of tweaking everything. But now I just do everything that way, so I don't have to worry about it. But yeah, pay me to do your character art. Oh, also, next month, I don't know what day yet that we're starting, because I haven't gotten that far. But next month, I'm running on my channel a Lord of the Rings adventure in Middle Earth game on my channel. Yeah,
Nice.
and Ollie's gonna play.
I'm in it. Yeah.
Ollie's in it.
I'm a dwarf
I-
because I knew other people in Ori's friend group would play elves.
Well,
as a
Kelsey
fact.
random rolled literally everything about her character and somehow wound up with an elf ranger. It's hilarious. But yeah, no, I will post more about that when it's ready.
I'll be a dwarf.
Cool.
Because there's not enough dwarves in the games I do at the moment, because you're all really far away from where the dwarves live. So there are other games. I will show you a little bit about Schism, but there are other games. There is a show on Wednesdays, which is in the Underrealm. So if you like the vibe, but you want a totally different thing going on, they are currently exploring a city of the damned. And the Underrealm is very different in Jarviskjir to other places, other fantasy settings. Everything has been kind of rewritten and re-explored, and there's different gods, different faiths, different classes, races, all that kind of thing. And there is, for Patreon supporters, because this show is supported by Patreon, 2 shows, one weekly, one every 2 weekly. The weekly show has just started up. It is called the Untitled Thieves Game. It is a thieves guild. There are 7 players. None of them are rogues. In the thieves guild. It is interesting. I basically give them things to steal and then just let them plan, and then we're going to see how it works. And I have warned them that one of the lose conditions for a character is getting arrested by certain people, because it's a lawless city. So we'll see how many characters end up just disappearing in this big city.
Did you name it after Untitled Goose Game? Is that what's happening?
It hasn't got a name yet. It's untitled.
Oh, I thought you were being smarmy with it.
I mean, I am being smarmy, but I will probably name it in post. But for now, it's Untitled Thieves Game. And I also do teasers of art and stuff on Patreon, so supporting on Patreon is a huge deal. But if you support me anywhere, support me on Schism, Immolation of Oath, you can get a starter set for a pretty cheap price. And then there's also a completionist set, which will come with a map of Jarviskjir and an art book and all these other things. We need a lot of support to get this on, the front page of Kickstarter and things like that. So everyone who's kind of shown interest, go ahead and pledge. You're running out of time, and you will only you're not buying it yet. You're pledging the money. It will get taken after the fact, so you can kind of prepare for that. And even just a small bit of support can be a huge deal, because that gets our numbers up and that helps the algorithm. It's all algorithms these days. But if it doesn't get funded now, this game is going to disappear. So if you want the chance to play it, to have the miniatures, to even just own a pretty looking thing, and support our company, get it now, and contact other people who might be interested. Other than that, that's what we do. Other chill streams going on intermittently as I'm down here. I don't know what happened to my camera. It's just peck height. Other streams intermittently. Join us on the Discord to find out more about that. And also there's a wiki. All you people who are going back and watching other shows, because this links to other shows, consider hitting me up on Discord. I can let you join the Jarviskjir wiki, and you can put up little tidbits of information so that everyone can share them. That's a fun thing that we can all do. So there's that. We will see you next week for more Moss Piglet activities. See you then. Bye.